Hi guys, OB Dave here. It is week 5, I think, of Couples Bakeoff, and it is Halloween week. So because I'm a proper novice, I'm just going for cupcakes. I wanted to do something more grandiose, more like Bake-Off, but it'd be taking on too much. So they're going to be basic, sort of. I've got a recipe for vanilla cupcakes, but I'm changing a couple of little bits, and I'm going to put a little bit of red food colouring in them. And then the Halloween bit is going to come later when I do the decoration for the top. So Ash sent me a recipe for these kind of broken shards of glass ones that she's doing as well. I'm going to try a few of them, and I think I'm going to try something else, but I'm not 100% yet. So first off, I'm just going to bake the cupcakes, and then I'm going to leave them for the day when me and the kids go out pumpkin picking. And I'll come back tonight, and then before we film, then I'm going to decorate. It says use an electric whisk, which I don't have, so there you go. Caster sugar, 110 grams. I've put my butter in a warm bowl this time and just left it for a bit covered, so it should have softened a bit. So we're mixing in 110 grams of softened butter. Yeah, that looks better than it did last time. I've got to whisk that together. Hopefully it mixes in quite nicely. So that is 110 grams of softened butter, 110 grams of caster sugar. It says golden caster sugar in here, but I just bought normal caster sugar. I hope that's all right. 2 eggs. I'm not going to use this one. I'm just showing you. That's the normal size of egg I get from my chickens. And then one of the poor chickens did this yesterday. Look at the size of that. It's got to be a double yolker. Egg number 1. Egg number 2. Right, that is looking pretty good to me. That is 110 grams of caster sugar, 110 grams of softened butter, and 2 eggs. So now, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. For a bit of a Halloween twist in the cupcake as well as the design, I'm going to go for some red food colouring. Don't know how much to put in, so I'll start off with half a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon. And then we'll see how it looks, because we can always add more, but we can't take it out. It's not very scary, is it? I'm going to go a bit more. Blood red. 110 grams of self-raising flour, sieved. That's looking pretty good. Right then, fill the tray with cupcake cases, 12 cupcakes, and then bake at 180 degrees for 15 minutes or until golden brown. Right then, time to spoon. I don't know how much to put in, but I presume these are going to rise because it was self-raising flour.
One eternity later.
Now I'd feel a bit better about these if I piped them, because they seem a little bit messy to me. I don't know if I'm going to get burnt bits around the corners or whatever, but pretty happy with them for a first attempt. So they're going to go in the oven now for 15 minutes at 180 degrees. I think that's probably the right time to get them out, because they're just starting to brown on top a little bit. Look alright to me though, although much more pink than red, which I was hoping for red. So I'm going to scoop them out of here, I'm going to put them on there to cool, and then later on I'm going to do the topping. I'm going to go pumpkin picking with the kids now, and when I get back, I'm going to make the toppings for these, and then Ash is going to come round and we're going to film the last bit. So I'll see you soon. Right, we're back from pumpkin picking and it's time to do the frosting and everything else I'm going to do. I couldn't get the clear mints that I needed to do the broken glass, which was the thing that Ash told me about, which I'm a bit gutted about, but I'm just going to have to wing it. So I've got some softened butter, which I'm going to mix with 200 grams of caster sugar, not caster sugar, sorry, icing sugar, and then 200 grams of soft cheese. That is looking alright actually. Then to make it a tiny bit Halloweeny, I'm going to make it blue. Oh shit. I think that might have been quite a lot of blue food colouring. I've bought some appropriately sized bags this time, so hopefully I can use that to pipe. This is going to be a disaster, I can feel it. Get. Oh no. Oh, my poor worktops. I hope these taste nice because they look dreadful. I've got some icing. That might save the day. Right, I give up. That will do.
Hey guys, African Ash here. We are back for another Couples Bakeoff, and this week is Halloween week. I have opted for some spooky cupcakes, so I'm going to get started on that straight away. But first of all, apron. Okay, so first things first, we need to put our cupcake cases into the baking tray. Baking tray lined with the cupcake cases. Right, so the first thing to make our cupcakes is to cream butter and sugar together, and we need 110 grams of sugar and 110 grams of softened butter. So 110 grams of butter, 110 grams of sugar, and then cream them together until light and fluffy. Let's give it a go. Next we add 2 eggs and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then beat it all together in the butter mixture. Right, next we need to sift in 110 grams of self-raising flour and fold it into the mixture. Add in a little bit of milk. It says 1 to 2 tablespoons of milk. I've never done a cupcake with milk in it, but we'll give it a go. So first of all, 110 grams of self-raising flour. I've never done milk in a cupcake, so I'm just going to add 1 tablespoon because it seems strange, but I'm not going to question the recipe. If the recipe says so, I will do it. Fold the flour and a tablespoon of milk into the butter, eggs and sugar. Right, cupcake batter is ready. Let's get that spooned into my cupcake cases. It looks a little lumpy. That's because I used demerara sugar because I didn't have any golden caster sugar. So that'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. It'll bake itself through still. We'll see when they're done. Okay, so that is my cupcakes ready to go. I'm going to pop those in the oven. The recipe said for 12 to 15 minutes. I'm going to do it for 12. Obviously, I don't have a temperature gauge on my oven. Well, the dial doesn't show me what is the temperature, so I'm going to check them in about maybe 10-12 minutes and see how they're doing. Wish me luck. Okay, so while my cupcakes are baking, I am going to do some of the decorations. So the first thing I wanted to try that I saw online was broken glass, so edible sugar glass. So it says to get a pan with 88 mils of water and bring it to the boil, and then add 150 grams of granulated or caster sugar until it reduces and reaches around 132 degrees Celsius or 270 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's got some instructions there, and then it just says I need a baking sheet, which I've got with my greaseproof paper to pour the melted sugar onto. I just need to rub some butter all of that to make sure that the sugar doesn't stick. Let's do that first. Right, so 88 mils of water in a saucepan boiling. It now needs 150 grams of sugar. Before you all stress out, I bought a new thermometer, so I should be able to actually get the temperature right. Let's make sure it's set. Yes, it's set to Celsius. Oh, apparently 23 degrees in here. It doesn't feel like 23 degrees. Okay, so our water is boiling. So add the sugar and water and set on the highest heat. So that is our sugar and water boiling away. Stir occasionally until the sugar reduces. Okay. And reaches a temperature of, where does that sit? Like there? Oh, there. I don't want the plastic to melt. We'll just keep checking. 132 degrees. 32! Oh my gosh. That is so sticky. Right. The idea is to just pour it straight onto the baking tray. So, okay, here goes the sugar. Please work. Nice. Right. Let's leave that to cool down now while I move on to the other bits. Okay, so cupcakes are out and they're cooling. The sugar glass is cooling and setting. I really hope it's turned out okay. It looks like it has, but only way to tell is when we go to break it and use it to stab obviously the cupcakes. The next bit I'm going to do is to make some icing sugar, so I need loads of butter. Oh no, 120 grams of butter and 260 grams of icing sugar. So I have some purple food coloring to make my icing purple. I think purple, red and green and orange are the main colors for Halloween, so I'm just going to put a little squirt. Is that, oh, do I need to pierce the lid? Oh, I must have to cut the lid off. Hee hee. I thought I could just go for it, but apparently not. Oh, there we go. Little couple of drops. We'll go for 4 drops and mix it in and see how it turns out. Wow, look at that color. That's the kind of purple I was hoping for. I mean, I could do it a bit darker, but I'm not going to tempt fate. The next bit is to melt some marshmallows and melt some chocolate. But I think I'll do the chocolate first. And probably, well, let's bag that first. Let's bag that. Oh, it's going to be really hard. Oh my God. Okay, that is my purple buttercream in my piping bag, ready to go. I'm going to pop it in the fridge because I have hot hands and I tend to melt all my buttercreams whenever I've done it. So I'm going to leave that in the fridge. I'm going to let the cupcakes cool a bit more, let my sugar glass cool a bit more, and then I'll melt some chocolate and do the rest of the decorating. So the cupcakes didn't really, I think I've overbaked them. They're a little firm, and I mean the bottom's quite soft, but the top is quite crispy, so that's probably again down to not knowing what temperature I'm baking at. I mean, they're springy, so we'll see how they are once I get going. But I think the first thing is, what I've been dying to do is crack my sugar glass. I mean, it looks like it's solid. Should we give it a go? Okay. I'm excited. Let's do it. Oh, it still feels, oh, it's breaking. Oh, it's breaking, look. It's like glass. That's so cool. Oh, I did it. I did it. Broken glass. Lots of shards of broken edible glass. Oh my God, I did it. I'm so happy. Oh, I mean, I'm getting it everywhere because that's just what I do. Oh my God, it's melting in my fingers. That's not good. I think, yeah. Yeah. Okay. This is so cool. Some of it hasn't quite set, so I think once I've broken up a few bits, I think I was too excited about doing this and I didn't give them enough time to cool down and properly set. I'm going to stick it straight in the fridge as is. Look at that! That's worked out so well. I'm so impressed. I'm proud of me too, because the sugar is a beast of its own. Let's put that in the fridge and do some piping. Okay, so I've separated some of the cupcake hearts. As you see, some of them haven't really risen that well, but the ones that have risen really well I'm going to use for the glass shards. The rest can be covered with buttercream. So the first thing I wanted to do was take out a top part so I could put some jam in to make it look, oh, come on out. I think a spoon's going to be better for this maybe. Take out the middle, there we go. And then fill it with jam and then the shards, I guess. Right, the next thing I wanted to try, I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to make work. The video, they had a lot of chocolate. But I'm gonna give it a go. Let's maybe get a drip tray. I just messed up a cupcake. It's not really working. So the next bit is to make a spider web to go over the top, and what we have to do is melt some marshmallows, some leftovers from mine and Dave's Chubby Bunny Challenge. Okay, so while we're still melting the marshmallow for the spider web, I thought I would input some of the broken shards of glass. Okay, so these I chucked into the freezer for a little bit because they weren't cooling down in the fridge fast enough and it's getting quite late. The next technique I saw on Instagram and I really fancied trying it. You basically melt some marshmallows, and then the Instagrammer didn't use gloves. She just rubbed butter all over her hands. So if you don't have gloves, just obviously rub butter all over your hands or maybe some oil just to stop the marshmallow from sticking to you. Once it's melted, you're then supposed to grab a little bit like this, mush it around in your fingers until it becomes a bit like a spider web apparently, and then you should be able to just drag it over a cupcake. Haha, look at that. Okay, so spider web. Look at that, you guys. Oh, I'm so proud. Okay, this is why I'm glad I have gloves. I recommend gloves. Maybe the oil and the butter works, I mean, but I'm good for that. What? Okay, this cupcake's in the way. There we go. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Look at that, little Spidey. Get a little more for the next cupcake. Mush it, mush it, mush it, mush it. Mushy mush. Okay. Right. Yeah. This is so much fun. Look at those! I think that's great. Reveal to Dave tomorrow.
While I was putting the phone on the gimbal, it accidentally made it go into time-lapse mode. So our whole roundup that we just did then, 10 minutes worth of footage,
It's sped up
now
into like
like
2 minutes. Bless you.
is now a 2-minute time-lapse. Oh my god.
Bless you.
No, 2-minute time-lapse. I was going like that. So it's mostly going to be the GoPro footage.
Yes.
I'll probably put this before the actual thing, so you know what's coming, but it's going to be mostly GoPro footage.
Yes.
Mixed in with some shots from there, maybe some still images, and some shots of cupcakes and stuff.
Yeah, so sorry in advance, guys. We are improving the way we film. We're getting better, we promise.
Just having a day, an absolute day. So cheers for that, guys.
Catch you in the
Enjoy.
next one.
Hi guys, Obi Dave here.
African Ash.
Together we're Obi Dave and African Ash.
Proof is in the name.
Week 5 of Couples Bakeoff.
Here it is.
It's Halloween week, and we've both had varying levels of success. Yeah, who knows? It's the first time I've done cupcakes. I've done them too big, and I couldn't find the mince to make that glass that you've made a similar glass to.
Yeah,
And
I
it just
should
looks
have
cool.
I should have texted you when I realised that there was no mince anywhere. Apparently, there's a shortage of a certain type of ingredient. So
Crackers, isn't it?
I know, berserk. But I managed to find a sugar substitute one, which was really scary.
Well, I've just done skull and crossbones, and I've coloured my cupcakes as well.
I think you used to look great.
They were supposed to be blood red, but they're pink. So I made pink cupcakes for my first ones.
They look higher than mine.
They are. I put too much. I didn't know how much they'd rise.
I think you've done a better job in terms of the baking side of it, because mine are very flat. They're very crispy.
We will see when we
try them.
The first thing we do though is.
I was going to say the Star Baker of the Week.
Is it?
It was very, very close, but I did win.
Right, that's fine. You deserved it.
No,
to be fair. You did.
A few of the comments were that you did bake yours.
Yeah.
Which is a very valid point.
Which is what we said when we watch
Yes.
Bake Off, and it's not a week where they do a lot of baking. But
Baking.
yours was better. I've not eaten my cheesecake. It's still in the
Still
fridge.
in the fridge.
So I've
But
not
they ate
even bothered putting it in the
But
bin.
you and Oscar ate all of the chocolate mousse.
Yeah.
And
So
he's
that's,
asked me for more.
so that says it all. So you deserve to win.
Oh well. But this is why I pushed the boat out this week on
Yeah.
my cupcakes, because I really went safe last week. I think I lost my confidence after the churros.
Well, first things first. Let's pose and get a thumbnail with a couple of cupcakes.
Okay. It's fine, the best ones. Hold on. There's the greatest stuff.
I'm hoping the top doesn't all drip off mine.
I'm sure it won't. Right, get close.
Nice. Right then. So, yeah, mine are just a vanilla cupcake,
Yeah, same here.
but I put a bit of pink food colouring in,
Yeah.
and then I've done this kind of green royal icing on top.
Well, they look good. They look a little bit like a red velvet almost with that pink. Nice.
So I think that looks.
Well, I kept mine plain. I put jam in here with the sugar shards to make it look like obviously the cupcake's been stabbed and bleeding. The buttercream icing has got purple icing in
What's
it.
the purple poo?
It's buttercream.
Right. Okay.
Buttercream icing with loads of food colouring.
So what do we try?
I would say let's go for this one.
I do want to try a piece of. I want to try a piece of your glass.
It's really sticky to your teeth. I say take a small piece and maybe just nibble on it because it glues to your teeth.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just sticks to your teeth. The first one I tried, I was like picking it out of my teeth for half an hour.
So is that sugar glass?
It's sugar.
Is that like when they make it to bottle people? with?
Yes.
Ah, cool.
I should have put it in the fridge overnight. I think leaving it in my kitchen is kind of warped and changed colour a little bit. It was clear.
They're definitely denser than mine. I can feel how heavy they are.
Well, I've said, I think I either had the oven too hot, which means it didn't have time to rise, which is why they're so flat,
Yeah.
or I've left them in too long and they've collapsed. I cannot decide. It's so hard to tell without...
Was it self-raising flour?
It was It's just hard to tell without a temperature gauge on my oven, so I don't know if I was at fault or the oven was at fault.
So let's go for camera 2.
Yes. It's a nice cross section. Look how fluffy that is. That's a really good rise.
So grab yourself a bit.
Cheers. Cheers, babe.
Cheers.
I mean, the cupcake is really, really good. The icing is nice too. A little too sugary for me, my taste, but I think that's really great, babe. That's a really nice sponge.
I'm happy with that.
A very, very nice sponge. You're going to laugh when you cut into mine. It's like a biscuit. But it looks pretty. You should be dead proud of that. That's gorgeous.
Not too dry.
Not bad at all, love. Yeah, those cupcakes are really well baked. Oh, the chocolate in the icing. Can you see how dense it is?
It is, it's really dense.
I know. I won't be offended if you spit it out. I think my oven was too high. I think that is a big part of it. I'm going to do a little try though. Is it alright?
Yeah.
Yeah, the cake's really dense. You know? I had fun making like the decorations. I just wish I'd done better with the bake.
I think, being totally honest, I think mine's baked better. I think yours tastes great, just a bit too dense. That glass is absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
And the finish, like design-wise, I think that looks cool. That really does.
Marshmallow spider web.
Purple poo. Don't know what does purple poos, but and the glass, I just think it's cool.
It is cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dead proud. I'm definitely going to be using that technique again. And these. I just need to improve. Well, I think I do need to listen to my dad and get an oven thermometer. So I can actually gauge what I'm baking things at, because I think that's been a big downfall through this whole bake-off challenge.
Yeah. It's going to make a difference, isn't it?
But the icing's quite nice.
I think we're very close there, to be honest. I think yours definitely look better.
But yours definitely
mine are baked better.
Baked better. Maybe way better.
Yeah.
It's a lovely, soft, springy sponge.
Yeah.
It's still a little moist, whereas mine's very dry and dense. I think because it was so hot, it just didn't rise.
Yeah.
And then when they started going golden, I've taken them out and they probably just...
Yeah. Well, I said I left mine in. It rose loads, but I stuck a giant skewer in, and there was still a bit of stuff coming off, and I could see steam coming out of them. And I was like, I'll leave it. Yeah. And just the edges on a couple of them just started to brown, and I was like, I was on the verge of overdoing them. Well. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for you guys to decide this week. Yeah, definitely. It's hard for me to say because it's looks versus beautiful baking. Yeah. Yeah. So, what wins? Let us know, in the poll. Yeah, let us know in the comments section. Like and subscribe, share it, all that good stuff. Absolutely, and we are now tied for Star Baker. Yeah, and we've got loads of challenges coming up as well. I know. Like chubby bunnies that came out the other day. Yes. Which is what the leftover marshmallows I used for the cupcakes. Oh, was it? Yes. Right. Why was I going to buy mushrooms? Why was I going to buy marshmallows when we had packs of them? Fair enough. Right, well, yeah, let us know in the comment section what you think. Don't forget there will be a poll after this video, so vote on the poll now that we can. That's the way we're doing it. Yay. It's easier than counting up comments and everything else. But yeah, cheers for that one, guys, and we will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.